Hey guys!
We're here on Throwback Thursday to do a Patronal request from this Patronal right here. Asked us to check out some Bruce Dickinson, his solo stuff. By the way, I think I've said this before in another video. I'm not really familiar with any of his solo stuff. Oh, I said that when we did Rob Halford, one of his solo things, one of his solo tracks. When he left Iron Maiden for that period of time that he was doing his solo shit, I must admit, I wasn't on board. I kind of like tuned it out.
With that or Iron Maiden?
Both. Actually, both. I was like, I took a hiatus from both, and I was waiting for either one to fail so that they would come back again together to bring that old school flavor to the forefront. And eventually it happened. They came back together. Yeah. Not because they failed or anything like that. They just thought it was time to come back and reunite. So when they parted ways, I also parted ways from both of them, and I took a little bit of a break.
You didn't choose a side.
I didn't choose a side. I felt like a child in the middle of a divorce. I didn't want to pick the father or the mother, so I just kind of like, I went solo. I walked on my own path. I blazed my own path during that time. I listened to other things like Biohazard and, I don't know, Testament and whatever. Halloween, whatever.
You went on your own way.
Yeah, I just started listening to other stuff. I did the same with Anthrax. When they changed the lead singer, I was like, honestly, I can't get into this. Like, I'm just gonna take a step back. Having said that, now I really enjoy that period of Anthrax. It took me like 20 some odd years to really enjoy it. So it took me a while. I finally got there. I was a little bit slow. So anyways, Book of Thel live, Bruce Dickinson. Are you ready for this?
Yeah.
All right, let's check this out.
Waxy tears run down your face. I've never told a tale. Religion every man with you. God stands around and waits for the wolf to come out and its life. Stand inside the temple as the book of Paris opening. The priestess is before you. I'll bring her hand down. for me, Sao Paulo!
Oh, they're in Brazil.
Scream for me, Sao Paulo!
Caipirinha! I think I saw Renato Gaúcho over there.
So, Sao Paulo, we close for you the book of Thel. Oh, we haven't been acquainted. Good evening, Sao Paulo!
I'm going to let it play it out.
Fuck,
Fuck,
tonight,
look at the
right?
crowd.
Very good. We're recording this for a live album, all right? So if you would like the good people of planet Earth to hear what a Sao Paulo sold-out audience sounds like, give them a yell, Sao Paulo! All right.
Oh, there's Renato Gaúcho over there. There's Ronaldinho over there. Fat Ronaldo in the back. I think I saw Gansu over there somewhere. All right, enough of this. What do you think? The crowd was hyped.
I want to know. I really do want to know what you think, because this is something you stayed away from, and I enjoyed it like a lot.
Man, the bass was great.
Oh fuck yeah, dude!
Especially for live. When was the last time you went to a live show and you heard that
A
much
lot
of
of
a
bass,
bass?
not much. Especially because it was such a beautiful intro and outro.
I thought the guy looked like Glenn Benton from Dayside on bass, but
It was that,
and Sean the Butcher on the drums.
that bass to start off and end the song was so beautiful.
It's a nice way to go full circle, though.
It was beautiful and had
somber feel?
a somber feel just because of one note. It turned into a somber feeling, and it was beautiful. And then even during, you would just hear like out of nowhere just a bit in piece.
Yeah, it was really cool. Really cool.
It was amazing.
Yeah, it was really cool.
And you don't really. I never thought I'd also hear it from this quality of video, because the quality of the video wasn't the best.
No, I think the guys were just really fast. That's why they were getting blurry. Like it was just. That's where I'm going with.
Or the lighting wasn't that good.
It's an old video. It's like I told you. This is probably somebody who had it on VHS and converted and put it up on YouTube. That's what it looks like. Because you normally would get that blurriness would come with the tracking when the VCR is trying to track.
Videos like that before, and they weren't like this was. It wasn't bad. It wasn't bad.
No, it wasn't bad. The most important thing was the audio. The audio was
the audio was. It felt low at times. At times it dropped.
It's because the way he sings.
No. I'm talking about like the audio itself, instrument wise and everything.
Okay.
Sometimes it would drop lower.
I'm not a big fan when he does the mic thing away.
Because I can't hear it.
Exactly. It's like yeah. Like I'm not a fan of that. And I noticed the last time we went to see Iron Maiden. He was doing a lot of that,
but it
felt like the audio was getting cut off all the time.
The reason why is because he does it in studio when
studio is different though.
But that's why it's really different in studio, because you're able to do that and it gives it an effect, because there's nothing around making sounds and it's just you and the mic in a padded room.
No, when you're mixing the audio for the vocals, you can add a little bit more volume and.
But not just that. It's because being in that
you're also in that room alone.
Exactly. So when you do that and you stretch it away, whatever the person hears on the other side is that stretch. There's nothing that cuts it out.
It makes it sound feel like it's moving.
Exactly. You hear that stretch, but here in live venue, you don't hear that stretch at all. So even not just them, we've seen bands that do it also, but it's because they do it on.
The only way I feel like you could pull it off live is if you hit the note so high at the beginning that you keep it at that level all the way through. Then you can bring it out and you can feel like you're stretching it. But it's not the case when he's singing. The effect that he gives, my experience seeing Iron Maiden live, when he does that live, it actually feels like the audio is getting cut off.
Yeah.
It feels like it's choppy, like the audio is getting like chopped up. And depending on where you are, and then there's another issue here, depending on where you are within the venue, the PA system, what sound because when you're going to a live show, you're not getting like 100%, depending on where you are, the audio sounds different. If you're in the middle, you're getting a much better quality sound, specifically if you're further back. If you're in the front, sometimes the sound is going over your head, so you're missing, there's certain dead pockets that you're not getting the full brunt of the sound. So depending on where you are, when he does that, it really feels like you're getting like nothing. And it hurts the performance a little bit. I'm just saying that's been my experience watching Iron Maiden live with Bruce Dickinson on vocals. In the last couple of times, it really hurt the overall. Maybe where we were in the venue, like I said, it hurt us even more because it felt a little bit cut off. But anyways, you wanted to hear what I think about this, since I wasn't really.
Yeah, because I it's not like I never wanted to. It's just I was never, It never appealed.
You're not a huge Iron Maiden fan.
I'm not a huge I like Iron Maiden, but I'm not like a diehard fan.
No, yeah, your room is not covered in Iron
Exactly.
Maiden.
I like songs from Iron Maiden, right? But I'm a casual fan.
Okay.
Okay, I'm a casual fan.
You're a casual. I was going to
It's
say
the way I feel.
connoisseur,
About, it's the way I feel about Metallica. You know.
Oh, you feel the same way about Metallica?
No, it's like I listened to them a lot when I started listening to metal. Like they were my go-to things. But then as I slowly listened to other stuff, they became more of my. I went from diehard fan to like casual fan.
Oh, they became more like elevator music for you.
Not elevator music.
No, like when it's on, it's on. But
when it's on, it's on.
It's not like you go look for it.
Sometimes from time to time I will.
Okay.
But then time to time I won't. You know.
Okay.
More times than less.
Okay, fine. So my take on it is very simple. I said it already, so I'm not gonna say it again. I walked away from this experience at the time when it was happening. For whatever reasons, you're young. You have your own philosophy. Like I stopped listening to Sepultura when Max left for a very long period of time. It took me a while to go back to them and appreciate them for what they are now. So, anyways, you're young. Sometimes not just when you're young. Sometimes even when you're old. You set in your ways, and it is what it is. Listening to this, first time ever listening, I don't think I've ever heard a single song that he's released from his solo stuff. This is my first time listening to Bruce Dickinson's solo material. What I gotta say is that when you're the lead singer of such an iconic band like Iron Maiden, when I listen to this, if you told me this was from an Iron Maiden album from like back in the day, I would be like, yeah, I could totally see that. It sounds like Iron Maiden to me. You know what I mean? Because you're taking away one of the key elements of the band, which is the lead singer, who has such an iconic voice, has such an iconic presence.
Which is the reason why
that unless he was doing jazz or prog, I mean, this is very in line with what he was doing with Iron Maiden. So it's not like you went like
so if you liked Iron Maiden,
completely
like
off the beaten path. Exactly. If you like Iron Maiden, then you like this. To me, it's kind of the same. Obviously, it's not the guys from it's not Iron Maiden because
But it's one of the.
Well, the guitar player is in Iron Maiden. But anyways, you know what I mean? Like it's not Iron Maiden, but it's Iron Maiden-esque, if you will. And when you have his voice, it's just like
it brings it all together.
It brings it all together. It feels like I'm listening to Iron Maiden. So from that perspective, I felt like I was listening, like Iron Maiden. If they all had COVID back in the day and only two guys could actually perform, and then they had to bring in some fill-ins for the other roster spots, and that's
and
what we got.
The bass player was absolutely.
The bass
killer.
player was Glenn Benton, and the drummer was Sean the Butcher from Sirius XM Liquid Metal. Like, you know what I mean? Like, you just got a bunch of guys. Hey, let's play some Iron Maiden songs. The rest of the guys are sick, but we can still jam. Gave me kind of that vibe. So I enjoyed it. I really like it.
The song was really, really good.
I really like it.
I really enjoyed this song.
Yeah, I liked it too.
From the bass perspective, I think more of the bass.
The solos were good too. I didn't like the video on the first solo. I don't know whose idea it was to completely change the image. Like I thought I was going to go into like a seizure or something, because it's like freaking every 2 seconds changing the image. I don't know whose idea that was. That person should be fired on the spot, as far as I'm concerned. But outside of that, the solos were great. But the song itself, the way it's structured, very Iron Maiden style-like to it. The bass was phenomenal. That intro, that outro, and then getting as much of the bass as we did throughout the song was phenomenal. I really dig it. And then his voice on top, like really like his style, his delivery, what we've came to expect from him.
What about the fashion? This is the last thing.
Oh, the last thing. I like the Lonsdale sweater shorts.
They're not. They're jorts.
No, but they're like the
sweatpants
sweatpants
I thought
material.
they were jeans. When I first saw them, I thought they were jeans.
They're like
sweatpants.
They're like sweatpants
they're
material.
like John Cena's. What he used to do.
No, but he used to do with jeans shorts.
He used to jean shorts, but some of them used to go farther down to from his knee.
Yeah, I know.
But this is just like the sweatpants variant.
But this is the sweatpants, the Lonsdale. So I like those. I dig those. I think they're really cool. You wearing your own shirt with the tour dates? I don't know. We know who you are.
Why'd you wear an Iron Maiden shirt?
Oh, I don't think at that time. I don't think that was in the cards. I don't think that was in the cards. But he could have wore like. You know what not that he needs to sell himself to the Brazilian audience, but he could have wore like a Brazilian band.
Yeah. Like
Sepultura, Rastpurão, something along those lines. Like, talk about you like really selling yourself to that crowd to get people hyped. Show up with a Brazilian shirt.
I feel like a lot of bands should just do that.
Or like a Socrates national team Brazilian jersey, like retro shit. Yeah.
Well, it would have been retro if he was wearing...
Even then would have been retro. I mean, it's not like the guy was playing back then. So, you know, what was he? I can't remember. I don't know when he retired. I remember him playing. Socrates played in the 86 World Cup, but I don't know when he retired. Anyways.
Oh, but I'm saying, like, to us now, it would be very retro. For them,
it
would be, like, kind of retro.
Yeah, maybe not as retro.
Because we don't know. I can't remember. When was this?
Oh, I didn't check the date of when this was performed. But anyways, it's definitely old.
Definitely old, yeah.
It's definitely old. Not as old as Socrates, but old nevertheless. So I enjoyed it.
Socrates, though?
Not the philosopher, the I mean...
He's both.
You know what? He is both. The player, he's actually like pretty much like he's a great mind. Like, he's not a philosopher, but he's a great mind.
I want to see the you know, like they have the bust of Socrates.
You don't know the player that I'm talking about?
I know the
he's got like the sweatband
yes,
with the fucking cherry curls.
Yeah, but then he also had a fro at one point. Yeah. I know who you're talking about, but I want to see the
badass, man.
I want to see like a bust. You know, like the actual Socrates philosopher, his bust. But instead of that, like his face, it would be Socrates' face. But it's the one with him with the fro, the Jerry curl fro.
Fuck, I have no clue what he was saying. But anyways.
Really?
No, I have no clue.
You don't know like the
I know the statue, but it's like you want a statue of Socrates, not the philosopher, the player?
The way that the actual philosophers is done. So like in like stone.
Why?
In stone. I thought it would look cool.
Maybe they should have one somewhere in
Brazil, yeah.
Brazil,
I think it would look cool.
In his hometown or something.
Yeah.
Maybe they do. Maybe they have a statue of the guy. I don't know. They put a statue of Ronaldo now in India. I don't know why.
I don't know why.
Like,
and none of these statues look good.
No, none of them look like him.
None of them
Looks like him
Ronaldo.
If he had a car accident.
They all look
and
like
and he
like
became
Ronaldo.
ribbery.
Yeah.
He became ribbery after.
Oh, come on.
I'm just stating facts. I mean, I was not the one that got into an accident with ribbery. Like, I'm just, it's a fact of life. You know what I mean? At least he doesn't look like Carlos Tevez.
That's also come on.
All right, let's move on from this.
Isn't there like a mural of Tevez?
I don't know. Didn't they burn it down?
Probably.
Man, I don't think he has many fans these days. Anyhow, it doesn't matter. Carlitos Tevez. What happened to that guy?
He went to Boca Juniors.
And then his career is over.
I think he retired last year.
I think he retired there. Yeah, Riquelme also retired at Boca Juniors, if I remember correctly.
A lot of the Argentinians.
A lot of the guys that started at Boca, then they go back there and they retire there. Yeah. Either there or like guys go to River Plate and they do the same. Anyways, I can't believe we're getting Brazil. This is what gets us talking about footy.
And then Argentina.
Well, they're the two powerhouses of South America.
They're also in the Copa America final. So.
I know. And we all know who won.
Who won? Yeah.
All right. So on that note, guys, come back tomorrow. We'll have more videos for you. See you.
See ya.